blood on battlefield soil, shadows flickering in empty hallways, the whispers of restless souls and the cries of the doomed. This isn't some ghost story. These are the most haunted places in America, and their tales are all too real. Get ready for a journey into the heart of darkness, where cursed battlefields, ghostly figures, and eerie hotels will chill you to the bone. A full moon rises over Père Antoine Alley, casting eerie shadows on St. Louis Cathedral in New Orleans. This city is considered one of the most haunted in America, with countless stories of restless spirits wandering its streets. New Orleans has it all: churches haunted by former priests, hospitals visited by soldiers who never truly passed on, and homes filled with the ghosts of previous residents. Notable apparitions include William Faulkner, who is sometimes seen at his former home-turned-bookstore, Faulkner House Books. Old Absinthe House, open since the early 1800s, is said to be haunted by voodoo priestess Marie Laveau, Andrew Jackson, and pirate Jean Lafitte. Another hotspot is St. Louis Cemetery No. 1, where hundreds of ghosts are rumored to roam among the tombs. Welcome to New Orleans, where the supernatural is just part of everyday life. Pawleys Island, south of Myrtle Beach, draws sunseekers to its quiet shores. But beneath the tranquil surface lies a darker side. The town is home to many ghost stories, the most famous being that of the Gray Man. This spectral figure appears on the beach before devastating storms, sometimes warning people to flee. Legend has it that those who encounter the Gray Man are spared from the wrath of the incoming hurricane. For a deeper dive into the paranormal, stay at the Pelican Inn, haunted by its former owner, a Confederate soldier, or visit All Saints Church, where graves date back to the 18th century. Here, you can pay your respects to Alice Flagg, a young girl whose broken-hearted ghost is said to wander the town and the marshes. Visitors often leave tokens on her grave to make a wish. Welcome to Pawleys Island, where the supernatural isn't just a story, it's woven into the very sand itself. Chicago's skyline may look beautiful, but beneath those ominous clouds lies a history filled with disaster, crime, and ghosts. The Iroquois Theatre fire of 1903 killed hundreds, and the alley behind the theatre is said to be haunted by the restless spirits of those who perished. H. Holmes, America's first serial killer, murdered countless women in his infamous Murder Castle. Although the building is gone, a post office now stands in its place, and workers still report strange occurrences in the basement. The site of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, attributed to Al Capone, also harbors residual paranormal energy, with whispers of the past echoing through the city streets. Chicago is filled with chilling stories like these. Deep in South Jersey lies the Pine Barrens, a nature reserve notorious as the home of the Jersey Devil. Legend has it that this demon with bat wings and hooves was born to a local woman in the 18th century. For hundreds of years, stories have surfaced about the creature attacking livestock and people. But it's not just the Jersey Devil that haunts the Pine Barrens. The area is dotted with abandoned factories and ghost towns, adding to its eerie atmosphere. In 1928, a Mexican pilot died in a plane crash here while flying from New York City to Mexico City, and his ghost is said to wander the crash site. Welcome to the Pine Barrens, where the shadows hold secrets, and the Jersey Devil isn't the only thing to fear. Savannah, Georgia, is often ranked among the most haunted cities in the U.S. Moon River Brewing Company, featured on Ghost Adventures and Ghost Hunters, is considered the most haunted spot in town. Guests report seeing a lady in white on the stairs, and spirits often disturb the staff. The Pirate's House, now a restaurant, was once a boarding house where sailors were kidnapped. Their ghosts are said to haunt the restaurant today. The Marshall House, a former Civil War hospital, is one of the most haunted hotels in America, with guests frequently seeing apparitions and hearing ghostly children running through the halls. For something truly eerie, visit the Grave Face Museum, which houses occult artifacts and personal belongings of serial killers. Visitors report seeing the ghost of a legless man floating down the stairs. The Queen Mary isn't just a historic landmark, it's considered the most haunted hotel in America. This ocean liner sailed from the 1930s to the 1960s before retiring and is now permanently docked in Long Beach, California. Visitors can tour the ship by day or stay overnight to experience its spooky vibes firsthand. Ghost tours reveal spine-tingling tales of onboard happenings, from spectral stateroom visitors to shadowy figures in the engine and boiler rooms. One of the creepiest spots is the first-class swimming pool, which remains empty due to California laws but is known for frequent ghost sightings. Welcome aboard the Queen Mary, where the ghosts of the past still linger in the eerie depths of the ship. Founded in 1565, St. Augustine is a hotbed of ghost activity. The St. Augustine Lighthouse and Maritime Museum is said to be haunted by girls who drowned there in the 1870s. Castle Warden, a Moorish-style home built in the 1880s and now housing the first permanent Ripley's Believe It or Not museum, also has a reputation for paranormal encounters. Explore the darker side of St. Augustine on a ghost tour, where some guides bring EMF meters to track paranormal activity. Discover for yourself why this historic city is considered one of the most haunted places in America. In the backcountry of Idaho, 16 miles north of Shoshone, lies the state's longest lava tube, a 4.5-mile-long cave. Discovered in the 1880s, the caves were once filled with natural ice. After years of overexploitation, a restoration effort brought back the icy phenomenon, which visitors can see during guided tours. But it's not just the fascinating geology that draws people here. Some visitors report hearing footsteps and voices in the darkness, believed to be the ghost of a bear or a Shoshone princess buried in the caves centuries ago. Welcome to the Shoshone Ice Caves, where the icy darkness hides more than just geological secrets. Portland, Oregon, is famous for its craft beer and artsy vibes, but it's also a prime destination for ghost hunters. The Shanghai tunnels are perhaps the most notoriously haunted site in the city. In the late 1800s, Portland was a major international port, and underground tunnels were built to transport, often illegal, goods across the city. According to local law, residents hanging out in bars were kidnapped and taken through the tunnels to waiting ships, never to be seen again. Some say the victims' souls still haunt the bars above ground. Welcome to Portland, where the dark history of the Shanghai tunnels casts a ghostly shadow over the city's lively streets. The Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, is instantly recognizable to horror fans as the inspiration behind Stephen King's novel The Shining. While the movie's exterior shots were filmed at the Timberline Lodge in Oregon, King drew inspiration from his own eerie stay in room 217 at the Stanley Hotel, where he and his wife were the only guests. But the hotel's haunting tales go beyond King and Kubrick. Guests on the night tour can learn about the ghost of a former housekeeper who likes to unpack luggage but disapproves of unmarried couples. There's also Paul, a ghost who haunts the concert hall and is known to shout "Get out" late at night. Welcome to the Stanley Hotel, where the spirits are as real as the nightmares it inspired. The Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel in Los Angeles blends Hollywood legends with broken dreams, so it's no surprise it's a hotbed for paranormal activity. One of the most notorious haunts is Suite 1200, Marilyn Monroe's favorite room, where guests claim to see her ghostly figure in the mirror. But Marilyn isn't the only A-list phantom. Guests have sensed the presence of Carol Lombard, Errol Flynn, and Montgomery Clift. There are also non-celebrity ghosts like Caroline, a small child who plays in the halls looking for her mother, and a man in a tuxedo lingering around the ballroom. Welcome to the Hollywood Roosevelt, where the glamorous past still haunts its storied halls. With its rich history, Washington, D.C. has no shortage of ghost stories. The White House is considered one of the most haunted houses in America, with sightings of President Lincoln's ghost in the Lincoln bedroom. President William Henry Harrison, who died in the residence, is also said to have returned, and First Ladies Dolly Madison and Abigail Adams are believed to still tend to the home. Ghost tours in D.C. lead visitors through other haunted sites like the National Building Museum, the Congressional Cemetery, and various government buildings. The U.S. Capitol is considered one of the most haunted buildings in the city, with spirits linked to the tragedies of its construction. Best known for the witch trials that led to the execution of 19 people, Salem, Massachusetts, has earned a reputation as one of the most haunted cities in America. The ghosts of those killed during the trials are said to linger, with Bridget Bishop haunting Lyceum Hall, now Turner's Seafood, and Giles Corey wandering Howard Street Cemetery after being tortured to death. Antietam National Battlefield, where over 3,500 soldiers died during the Civil War, is a place where souls linger. The most haunted spot is Sunken Road, also known as Bloody Lane, where soldiers clashed at close range. Visitors report smelling gunpowder and seeing soldiers vanish into thin air. Burnside's Bridge, where many soldiers were buried in unmarked graves, is another eerie location. At night, visitors see blue lights and hear fading drum beats. The Pry House and Piper House are believed to be haunted by the footsteps and apparitions of generals' wives. St. Paul Episcopal Church in Sharpsburg, used as a Confederate hospital, echoes with the screams of the wounded and dying. Flickering lights appear in the church tower, and nearby homes still bear the bloodstains of soldiers who died there. Welcome to Antietam National Battlefield, where the Battle of Antietam rages on for restless spirits. From New Orleans to Antietam, the restless spirits of the past linger in shadowy alleys, empty hotel rooms, and eerie forests. Each place holds its own chilling tale of tragedy, betrayal, or unfinished business. But for those brave enough to explore, these stories challenge us to face our fears and contemplate the unknown. As always, thanks for tuning in, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you really want some more of that history crack.